while.
I know, I do love a Monday morning tech problem to start the week. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am good, I'm good. We've got loads of people with us today, which is brilliant because we have got so much Love Island gossip to fit into the next half an hour.
Honestly, I'm traumatised, I think.
Traumatised? What a brilliant way to start.
What? Like this week, I feel like every time I think the producers can't get any better, they just take me completely off guard and throw another bombshell in, throw anyone in for Ekin-Su. She seems to just go, and then I love that.
Love that about her. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for everybody who has just joined us, welcome. This is Let's Chat Hun, the weekly OK Magazine debrief with the wonderful Shaughna. So we are going to be chatting about all of the Love Island gossip, or attempting to at least. And if you have got any questions, then make sure you pop them in the comments because we're going to ask as many of your questions and share your thoughts as well. And we would love for you to get involved. Where do we start? Let's actually start with Ekin-Su, who you've just mentioned. So we're doing these catch-ups weekly, and last week we were both team Ekin-Su all the way, get the t-shirts printed.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
I am. And I want to put it out there, I am still very much in team Ekin-Su. I ended up missing one episode and I didn't end up catching up on it. And I think that's when she done the kisses on the terrace. I didn't end up catching up on it because I didn't need to, because it was all over Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. So I felt like I'd watched anything. But I don't know whether it was because I didn't watch the episode. I just wasn't as outraged as social media seemed to be. And I remember Wes Nelson having a cheeky kiss. We remember Toby definitely had his finger in a few pies before he found Chloe. Why can't I Ekin-Su do the same? Why is it completely different when it's a girl?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say. You named two examples there and they're both men. Do you think that she is maybe being held to a higher or a different standard because she is a woman?
Yeah, and I mean, Davide explicitly said, I don't know if I'm feeling it or not. He wasn't doing little bits and bobs where would kind of lead us to believe, he is feeling it. And I don't know whether now, I think he was more outraged that someone done that to him rather than the fact that he liked her and his feelings was hurt. I think his ego was hurt a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, he loves to, like Davide strikes me, he loves to be loved and he wants that sort of appreciation from everyone. I mean, he appreciates himself massively.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think that's what it is? It's kind of, maybe he's not the sort of guy who, people do this to or people turn their back on.
And it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he looks like Zeus, so he is gorgeous. And we all love that for him. And also, in like a strange turn of events, it's kind of made the public warm towards him a little bit more. Like, I didn't really like the way he handled the situation. I get it was a bit muggy. I probably would have been fuming as well. But I didn't like the screaming at her across the villa and personal insults and jabs. I thought it was just a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Even when she said, can we have a conversation? No, we can't. It was really rude and it was a bit uncomfortable to watch personally. I get his feelings was hurt, but I mean, handle it a little better.
I was going to say as well, because that argument, so I think the little kissing bit that you missed was maybe Thursday, and then obviously, as you said, we saw it absolutely everywhere anyway, and then we saw it at the start of Friday's episode again. But yeah, that whole kind of row and the shouting across the villa on Friday, do you think anyone won? I mean, did anyone come out of that looking good?
Not really. I mean, and I think Luca said it. I think she lied about the kiss, which is never good. It would have been so awkward just being like, yes, we did kiss. Like, I get it's awkward, but honesty is always better than. And I think she was just taken off guard a little bit. But I mean, we love the drama, and I wish she just owned it a little bit more. Yeah,
because this is the thing, she comes across like somebody, I thought before this all kind of kicked off that she would just own it, but we think we saw a bit of a different side to her as well, didn't we?
Yeah, I think she was completely taken back by how he was reacting and just didn't quite know how to approach it. I do think we have to remember she's 27 years old. Would she have decided to crawl across the floor without some divine intervention?
I love how you put that, Shaughna. So diplomatic.
Thank you. I just think we need to remember, when it's almost so juicy and so, I can't believe she done that. She probably had a little bit of help with coming up with the idea to crawl across the floor. And of course, because she knows how to bring the drama, she knows how to be the main character, she was more than down for it.
Yeah, completely.
And I actually think that's why she was the most upset, because she was like, I think she internally, she probably thought, oh my God, I didn't mean it to come across that sneaky. I mean, we've all been there. I've been there.
And oh goodness, we've got so many people to chat about, but just one more question on Ekin-Su. You know, she's now with Jay. Sparks seem like they're flying. Do you think this is a match that will last?
I don't know. There was a few things that Jay was saying that I was thinking, what on earth are you talking about? Like, I think he said to Amber, I can tell you're the most emotionally mature person in here. And I just think, like, was she on a date, or was she at a therapist appointment? And he'd only been in there for literally a few minutes. So I just thought, you almost know what you're saying, and it doesn't actually matter who you're saying it to. You're just coming out with these liners. So whether or not, I mean, who can't fancy Ekin-Su? She's absolutely stunning, and he's a really good looking boy as well. I just don't know whether maybe their eyes both might turn to someone else.
I love it. I just saw somebody in the comments, I didn't catch the name, just very definitive, he'll go in Casa Amor.
I reckon so. I reckon there's a good chance a good few of them will, apart from Luca.
Yeah, well, that brings us swiftly on. So obviously, I guess the other main drama from the past week, which we only saw last night, is the Gemma, Luca, Danica, triangle.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that recoupling? Because when we had the cliffhanger on Friday, I would not have thought she was going to pick Luca.
I did think it was going to be between Luca and Jax, just because she said that was kind of her tasting guys. And also, I mean, again, it's a drama. She could have picked someone like Remy, who weren't necessarily in a couple, and it would have all gone swimmingly, but who wants to see that? I did like Luca's reaction. I get he had the hump, but what is there to have the hump over? Because you're not sleeping in the same bed with her. You know that when you get the opportunity, you're going to go back to Gemma anyway. And I just didn't like how she was kind of being treated. She'd only been in there. I'm surprised she knew the guys' names, because she was literally, that was her first time to chat to them, and straight away she had to choose. So she was put in an awful position as it was. But when she had Luca sitting next to her going, I'm raging, like, that is so uncomfortable. And then when they was going on a date yesterday and she said, oh, I'm not that bad, she's absolutely gorgeous. So the fact that she's being made to feel, oh, like his world has fallen apart because she's coupled up with him, that can't be nice at all. And Gemma does not look bothered one iota. And I don't know whether, I mean, personally, if he had gone out to sleep in the doghouse, there was a perfectly half a bed next to him, Gemma could have slept next to him. She didn't.
Oh my goodness, I know. We've just had somebody called Josie in the comments actually asking what you thought of Luca's reaction, and you've just summed it up perfectly. It was quite a childish strop, I thought, to be honest. And like you say, like, this poor girl, she's come in, she's in a, she is stunning, she's amazing, but she's in such an awkward situation, isn't she? It feels so weird. Yeah.
And like, if anyone, it would be Gemma that would probably get the hump the most, because it's a girl and it's another girl. For him to be acting the way he acted, I didn't like that. And I think he started clocking because he was like, oh, I'm not going to make the girl feel uncomfortable. Well, you already have for 24 hours. You've been treating her like the plague. And that's just not nice. I didn't like that.
No, completely agree with you. And then you mentioned Gemma as well, her reaction. And this is another thing I saw on Twitter. I caught up on the episode this morning, but obviously I saw all of the tweets last night. Everyone was asking the same question, were they? Why didn't she just sleep in the doghouse with him?
Yeah, I don't know. At first, I thought, because I remember from my one, it was so hot where the doghouse was that like you couldn't pay me to sleep out there, whereas obviously the bed's got aircon. So I thought maybe that was it. But then when I saw Luca sleeping in a jumper, I thought, no, that can't be it. It can't be the temperature. I was just touch at any straws. I found it very odd. Very, very, very odd that she didn't decide to just sleep with him.
No, completely. And I actually went to a visit to this villa just before the series started. So on the aircon point, I actually can confirm the living room, there's aircon. It's absolutely fine.
Right. Oh, that's an excuse.
Yeah.
It was not the aircon.
Okay, that's off. And also, that was, you kind of mentioned this already, but Danica, when she did the picking, you know, she said that Luca was one of the guys she had her eye on. Yeah. She's obviously gone in, found out what's happened with him and Gemma. Do you think it was a good strategy for her to just stick with go for Luca, even when, as you say, surely he's just going to go back to Gemma?
Maybe she didn't think they was as solid as Luca thinks. I don't think anyone thought they was as solid as Luca. Luca seems to be ready to drop to the knee now, which is just, when it's that much, it feels false. They've only known each other a few weeks. They weren't even coupled up with each other to begin with, and he's already trying to say, "I love you." I would run for the hills, firstly, but I suppose it's a little bit of a strange decision because, like, Danica now has the potential to be single at the next recoupling. I mean, I think that's kind of a given. But it doesn't mean that she can't choose to speak to anyone else. I mean, Jax seemed pretty open, which was really annoying. So there's probably more bombshells going in this week anyway. So I suppose she had to choose to couple up with someone. She's not really in that couple anyway. So at least she can still kind of roam free. And I mean, she tried it. Like I think she said yesterday, look, I had to go with my heart. I tried, and it's not going to work. But I hope she stays. I hope she's given a fair chance, because it doesn't seem like she's been given that just yet.
Yeah, and like you say, she kind of seems to know. You know, it's just a decision. It doesn't mean anything. They're not together. It's just Luca who seems to think. I saw a really funny tweet actually that was like, he's acting like he's in an arranged marriage.
Honestly, it's just so strange. And that's what I mean. He probably thinks that it's going to make him look like he's only for one girl. But you can do that without coming across like Joe from You.
Yeah, you could just be nice, can't you? You could have just been understanding, but, you know, even, friend zone her, form a really great friendship.
Yeah, like even it really annoyed me. I really wanted Danica to humble him, because when she was like, obviously you never know what's going to happen, and he literally laughed. He laughed at her, and I thought, I don't know what's gone wrong here. Like, let's bear in mind from day one, Gemma said that you had a really unfortunate surname. So let's remember where your humble beginnings, because he's acting like he's Davide. It's very strange.
An odd twist, isn't it? It's definitely going to be interesting, to see how that one carries on. And obviously the recouplings as well. You were in a fair few, you're in plenty. When we watch them on telly, it's obviously very dramatic, but it's like a few minutes and it's over. What are they actually like to film? Do they take a lot longer?
Yeah, they take hours. I would say the quickest would be like, it depends on how many there are, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. But when you're sitting down there, you have to sit in silence. So you literally have to sit in silence until you have to say your part. And it's so difficult. I remember there'd be like times when we would all just burst out laughing, and we'd all have to then stop, be straight face. It's like a class when one of the kids starts laughing and you all get in trouble. But that is what it's like. And if there is like a good few of you in the villa, that could take ages. It's actually quite funny when you've been there like since the beginning, and then like it's one of the new guys like turn to couple up, and you literally watch their face and wait. They probably think it's going to take a few minutes, and then when the penny drops that you're going to be here for a long old time, you see their soul kind of leave their body.
And is this one of the bits as well, because I've read before that you obviously don't really know what time it is in the villa, but some of the nighttime filming, you get a sense that it is very, very late at night.
Yeah, because you can hear the birds start chirping. and you're like, oh my God, I should really be I should really be going to bed right now. And then there's times, I remember there'd be times and some of the girls would sit on the beanbags and one of us would literally cry because we're so tired, and you've just got to kind of wait for one more thing to happen. And if that one scene or that one conversation takes ages, you just want to be like, just do what they're asking you to do, because you're just tired.
Oh goodness. And do you have to, as well, it's my final question on these, but do you have to tell anyone who you're going to pick before? Do you sort of, because the order of the recoupling is obviously quite important, right? We needed to see Danica take Luca first. Do you have to sort of tell anyone so they can work it out?
So you sometimes have conversations with producers and they like ask gold. I think it kind of depends on, like you said, the picking order, because the picking order is very important. That kind of determines a chain of events.
Yeah.
But also, I was thinking about this the other day. When Danica was going for her chat and then got the text, she wouldn't have had any time to tell anyone who she was gonna pick. She looked as shocked as we all did. So I don't think, in certain times you don't tell someone, but in other times then you do.
Yeah, completely amazing. So we've got some questions that have come in from some of the people viewing it. Mia is asking, one of the questions we're all asking, to be honest, do you think Luca knows who Gemma's dad is?
100%. 100%. I think one of the bombshell, I think Jax probably told him. And whether or not it just didn't happen at a particular time where it could be recorded or something like that, that's why we didn't see it on telly. But 100%. And she's also stopped dropping hints about how much she loves football and this, that and the other.
Yeah, they were getting a bit much in the first week, weren't they?
Oh, I had the worst anxiety. And every time I would hear, like, do you remember that conversation with Liam when he was like, oh, I've done sports and conditioning. I was like, this is it. And then when it weren't, I was just like, please someone ask her.
Absolutely love it. And Jennifer is asking, these are some people we haven't actually spoken about yet. Is Paige going to get hurt by Jax?
I think there is a chance of it, and it really does hurt me. I don't know whether, sometimes I feel like him and Gemma are going to get back together. And then I don't know whether it's just because there is that familiarity that they can just get along so well, because then there's other times when you don't see them talk to each other at all. But he's a cheeky little lad. Like, he's just a cheeky lad, isn't he? And he's just the typical boy that you fall for, that ends up just mugging you off. So I did see somewhere yesterday where someone said they've not even properly kissed yet. And I thought, God, that is strange, because I do see them being very tactile with each other. So I don't know. I mean, I want her to have a nice guy. I know she fancies him. They look so good together. I just really hope that he doesn't have his head turned.
Yeah, I mean, I think the casting this year has been absolutely amazing. I love all of the girls, but Paige, she just seems like such a sweetheart, doesn't she?
She does, and she even seems to just take the punches almost. Like, I think she was talking yesterday and she was like, oh, well, if Jax gets to know her and has a better connection, then, like, so be it. And I was just like, you are such a sweetheart. She deserves a guy to come in and be like, you are who I want and I'm not looking at anyone else. But we all like a cheeky lad.
Sometimes you just can't resist.
You can't. He is funny. And, like, he's a bit of a troublemaker, but, like, in a good way. And I feel like he can hold his own as well. So I get why she's hanging around.
We'll just have to, try and just manifest this one. It can be the project this week. Just goes right for Paige.
I'll be on my bed with all my crystals around me, just praying.
And something actually that you predicted last week, you said about Gemma and Jax, like, they're going to have this connection, and the idea of having somebody in the villa with you, could be, a really huge help. And I do think we have seen it, haven't we, this week? Like you say, those little moments, and they've given each other that support.
Definitely. And I feel like it will just be natural that if Gemma's having a bad day or Jax, they will be naturally drawn to each other, because it's like a little bit of home. So I completely get why I could potentially be misreading it that they still like each other, and it could just be that they are almost best of friends in there. It could be someone that you only barely know, but because you know them from the outside, you would cling to them. So they've got even a better bond than that. So it's telling. And you know what's ironic? How good of a friend Jax and Luca are together. It's so strange.
Yeah, I definitely never saw that one coming. Do you remember Luca threw I'm gonna say it, he threw another strop back when that initially started, didn't he?
Oh god, yeah, she dropped the J bomb.
Yeah.
I felt for her, because that could be so easy to do. He was standing right in front of her, just a slip of the tongue, and you could tell on her face. And I didn't like the way Amber screamed it. Like, it could almost pass like under the bridge without anyone kind of noticing, until Amber went, oh, Luca, she said Jax. I was like, why did you do that? Even Gemma's face was like, her face is kind of always like that, to be honest. But she was like, why did you just do that?
I know, it made, that was like, you really needed to put the cushion in front of you. Like you say, I just had that like full body cringe on her behalf.
Yeah, I felt for her. That was probably the time I bonded with her, because I was like, oh, I just want to kind of rescue you from that situation.
I can't remember who it was, but I think one of the girls, from memory, she did try and kind of help her pretend it wasn't a big deal. I can't remember who it was though, but I remember somebody kind of coming out to bat for her.
Yeah, because it is so obvious. I can't tell you how many times I call people names that I've not haven't even said in months. Yeah, I can. And I would have claimed heat stroke. That would be my first protocol.
Dehydration and heat stroke.
Yeah, the medic been in no time.
And a couple of other people we haven't spoken about. Somebody called Chloe has asked, what do you think about Amber and India's facial expressions? I have to say, sometimes I think it was India's face during the whole Ekin-Su drama. It said it all, didn't it?
Yeah, I probably have a similar tendency to India, because her face says what she's thinking. And I think she was just confused. Like, she was watching things, and I suppose we have to remember, we don't see the whole 24 hours. So there could be other things that lead her to be thinking, hold on a minute, what is going on? Amber's face, like the eye rolls, I wish I could have an eye roll like that. Like, they're worse than words, because they cut. And I think it's only when people are like Ekin-Su will watch that back. But I have seen Ekin-Su do the same with Amber, so I don't know whether there's a bit of tension there that we just haven't seen on camera, because they do it to each other.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I wonder if part of it is, you know, when you go somewhere new and you meet all of these new people, and you kind of put forward a bit of maybe a brighter version of yourself, quite positive. Yeah. And it's been a couple of weeks now. It's like, is it just the sort of shine is wearing off? You know, they get with each other. And
you have to remember, them chats happen first, like the moment you wake up, you have to have those chats. So I'm probably not the friendliest person in the world in the morning as well. So she might have just been grumpy. I can completely resonate with that. There was a time when she said, like, about Danica though, like, oh, I ain't showing her around. And then Luca brung her over and she was like, do you want to see around the villa? I was thinking, oh, come on.
Yeah, that was in Fridays. I can't remember what day it was, but yeah, I thought that was strange, because even if there were hours between it was like she made such a stand in front of the girls of being like, I'm not doing it. It was very odd.
And I don't think, this is another thing that I don't think we've seen. I don't think her and Dami are so much of a thing, because they both equally seem to be looking elsewhere. And I think Jax said to Amber, oh, you don't like Dami anyway, and she just laughed and went, oh, shut up.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I wonder if they're both just, like you say, quietly waiting, and if somebody comes in who is their type, we're going to see one of them just go.
Yeah, and I suppose, I mean, you can't knock them, because when you're single in that villa, you are vulnerable. So I can't knock them for kind of biding their time, but I just feel like the viewers at home need some context behind that.
Yeah, I think I'd really rate it. I've loved some of the sort of friendship couples that have happened in past seasons. If we saw them kind of be really honest about how they're feeling, if that's the case. but you know, stick together. Like, I would love that because I love both of them as islanders.
Yeah, and I don't know whether, like, I think Jay said it last night. I think there could be something between India and Dami, which could be kind of come into fruition. And this is another reason, like, we have to remember we don't see it all, because I haven't seen Dami or India speak once, but Jay said, I see the way you two are together. So there must be something there. It will be interesting because you do kind of feel a sense of loyalty to the people that you went in with. So like the first 5 girls that you go in with, you do feel kind of an unspoken loyalty to them. So it will be interesting to see what India does in that situation.
Definitely. And oh my goodness, this happens every week, but we don't have loads of time left. But I can't resist another Ekin-Su question. Jennifer is asking, what did you think when she asked Davide if he really cared?
That was strange. I am team Ekin-Su all the way, but that point I was like raising my eyebrows because I was thinking, why are you asking that? Because even when she was like, do you still care for me? Like, do you really not care? I was thinking, why are you asking? I don't know whether she just wanted to kind of feel like they was okay as more friends, so there wasn't tension. I don't know, but that was strange. It almost seemed like she was trying to put that door on a latch.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? Because I also felt a bit like, she's so strong and she's so brilliant. Why do you need the validation from her?
But I also like the way he was like, no.
Oh my God, his brutal side has come out like in a big way.
The Italians have some raw within them because he honestly let it loose. And he also, I realised this, when he's in the beach hut, he talks in third person. And I might start doing that.
Oh my God, I think you definitely should. Okay, so we are running out of time, which is, it's so gutting, but we will be back next week again about all of the gossip. So finally then, last night ended with the public vote. So we are picking our favourite boy islander and our favourite girl. Who do you think should win and who do you think will win?
I think Paige could have a chance.
Yeah.
Tasha, actually. Because Tasha's no drama. I like Tasha. So Paige or Tasha for the girls. For the guys, Dami could have a shot. I mean, he's not done much, but he's not any drama. There's no bad vibes from him. I have a feeling, I saw a poll the other day actually, that Luca got voted top boy, which I don't get really. And I don't know whether a lot of people are kind of wondering, like, why is he's so besotted? Like, it seems strange. So whether or not that might have a sway on that vote, Luca could potentially get top boy, which is going to really annoy me.
Do you think as well, it's always, you never really know how it's going to kind of play out and what the votes mean. But if we do get to find out, you know, Luca, you've been voted top boy, you know, I don't know, Paige, you've been voted top girl. And that has the potential to change things, doesn't it? Somebody Luca might feel a bit sort of bolstered by how much the public love him.
Yeah. Or in a swing of that, if Gemma gets voted the least favourite, that will be telling to see, how does Luca react to that? I don't think she will, but that's another one to watch out for as well.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. I just can't wait for tonight's episode already.
It is like solidified in my diary. Them Saturdays, I genuinely don't know what to do with myself.
Just leave the telly off and just stare at the camera.
About everything you need to watch out for.
Okay, so sadly that is all we've got time for. But as I said, we will be back with Shaughna next week. And Shaughna is also writing an absolutely brilliant OK column. Go to OK Online every Friday. You can read what she's got to say there as well. Shaughna, I'll see you soon to chat about some more drama.
Good luck for the week. Hopefully we
Thank you. Bye.